guess we got to add ourselves. Here we go. Hello,
Hello.
and welcome to a brand new episode of Monday Night Therapy. I'm your host, Minnie Hunt, and I will figure this thing out yet. But with me is my good friend, Fred Sacco. And Fred, okay, what's the story behind this outfit for the day? Vintage,
Oh,
I assume, right?
this is just it's the reverse view. It's the vintage number 30 Ahman Green jersey from like 97. It's the style back in the old days. The Adidas is pretty much worn off, but yeah.
And was
And then
was
the little
that
Husker.
Tater?
This is Willie. He just
Willie!
joined
Oh
us,
yeah,
yeah.
I
So
see Willie. Aw, hi Willie. He's your co-pilot.
yeah, for now.
Well, I'm in Las Vegas, you guys, getting ready for Big Ten Media Days tomorrow. And so tonight is going to be about, the Big Ten, our opponents, what we want to ask if I get a chance. Matt Rule, Dylan Raiola, Henry Lutovsky, and Deshaun Singleton. So I am at my brother-in-law's house. Okay. So I wanted to plan this whole thing out. I have 3 daughters, you guys know that, and I wanted to take them to Utah this summer. They were so excited when I even mentioned it to them. They're like, "Oh, yes, I want to go. I want to go." So I decided that I would couple this trip with the Utah trip because Nevada and Arizona, everything's connected. And so I'm driving myself and my 3 daughters. We go through Zion. We go through Bryce Canyon, the most beautiful country I've ever seen in my entire life. It's just gorgeous. And I get all the way to Las Vegas, and I just go get my daughter a candy bar last night, and I drive up to the driveway, and my car died.
Ah.
It literally just told me, I've had enough. You cannot take me any further. So my brother-in-law has a really good mechanic, a mobile mechanic. Never even heard of such a thing. So he comes, and this guy knows cars. And he's like, yeah, I know what this is. And and he pulls the belt out, the belt that broke. And he goes, oh my gosh, what did you do to your car? Well, long story short, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to fix. And I'm stuck here all week.
Ah.
But my brother-in-law was kind enough to say, I'll drive you to wherever you need to go. So I get to be chauffeured, and I'm here. And yeah, I'm happy still. Nothing is going to spoil this trip for me.
It's quite the odyssey, but at least you're on the mend with the car. So that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, cars can always be fixed, right?
Mm-hmm. So it's always some.
I know it is. Well, Fred, thank you so much for joining me because, guys, I don't know. I wanted to ask Fred to be kind of my co-host for Monday nights, but I don't want to make him feel like it's a job. And his reply to me was, I think that's too much, Fred. What do you guys think? If you think that he would make a good co-host for me on Monday nights, please let me know and let him know because he thinks it's too much, Fred. And I don't think it's enough, Fred.
Oh, man. In living color, I got outed. So, well, we'll see what happens.
There you go.
Sometimes I get tired of me. So it's like I can only imagine what the general population thinks. But we'll see. It's fun no matter what. I enjoy hanging out and being in the chat or being on every now and again. It's just
you add
part
so
of our
much
family.
to it.
It's a good time. So, yeah.
You add so much to, I love you in chat because I get a kick out of reading chat, and usually you're instigating things. And so is Pit Snipe and Roger Moore and, Justin and Husker Chuck. Everybody just has such a ball. That's what got me involved. But I love the fact that you've been a Husker fan forever. I mean, basically your whole life. So you still live in Nebraska. And
By
it's
law, we have to do it. So yeah, it's
Boots on the ground, so to speak. I love it. So Roger
patient
Moore
zero.
is here. He said, "Go Big Red, TSD, go Big Red." Guys, original, GBR. Okay, here we go. Snipe goes, "Greetings, you corny bastages." Leave it to him. And then Joe says, "Hey, all." All right. And then we get into some comments for the show. Brad Wilson says, "Happy Monday, Minnie and Fred." See?
Hello,
Look
Brad.
at you're already accepted, just like that. Vince, Vegas with 3 teenagers. What could go wrong? Yeah. What could go wrong? This is a story. I don't think I'm ever gonna forget this. I think, whenever you're just so excited about something and it's like, oh, nothing can go wrong, right? I take your daughters to Bryce Canyon. You get to see beautiful country. You guys, I was named after my grandmother. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that to you. Minnie is like an old-fashioned name. So I was named after my grandmother. In 2009, July of 2009, I have a picture of me and my grandmother standing underneath the sign that says Minnie's Beauty Salon. And I had forgotten where that was taken. It was taken when we were driving through Utah at the same hotel that I ended up staying at just by happenstance on Saturday night. So
Wow.
I know, right?
Circle is complete. Buy a lottery ticket.
That was pretty cool. I
No,
was really
that's
happy because grandma has since, passed away. And so it was really wonderful to see that. No, pit snipe, you don't understand. It doesn't really suck because one, there's a mobile mechanic that came to my house and he knows everything there is about cars. And two, he's going to have it fixed on Friday. And so I get to hang out in Vegas for the week.
Oh, Greg's here. Wow.
Greg. Hi.
Oh, Joe Lalakis. Yeah, you're right. These aren't as mesh as the old jerseys. I mean, it's got the mesh, but it's not. Yeah, those other ones.
The tearaways.
Back in the day, the tearaway and then the 70s in general, they reminded me of the jerseys we had like in PE class when we would play football back in the day. Yeah, that's crazy.
Greg, I'm glad that you're here. And Pit Snipe, he says, "Granddad taught me the first thing you pack for a trip is the tools. Many get AAA. I have AAA. I didn't need it because I was pulling into the driveway and my car broke. So I didn't even need AAA. And the guy came here. So I just think I'm fortunate all around. And what's so weird, okay, so I walk through the garage to go meet this wonderful mechanic who, seriously, he might be like 25, 30.
Uh-oh.
He knows everything about cars. He's like my favorite uncle. Like, I just think he knows. He's just going to be one of those people that you just really want to have in your back pocket, just in case. But I'm walking through the laundry room of my brother-in-law's house, Ty Hunt, and I never noticed this. I look to the side and I see this bandana. You guys, check this out.
Oh, nice.
He had it hanging on the wall, and I've never seen it ever. I'm like, okay.
What's in the upper right corner? Is that like a radio station?
Here it says licensed collegiate product, and then this says UN, and the date on it is 1990.
I have something similar to that. I'll have to dig it out. It looks very familiar. I don't know if it's the exact same one, but I think I have that in one of my totes of Husker stuff. Yeah, that's sharp.
Isn't it great?
Like excellent condition too.
I know. Should I take it and have Dylan Raiola sign it tomorrow?
Do it.
He won't notice.
Maybe he'll wear it during a game and then you can get it back from him and have the sweat and all of that. I'm just amazed that you're going to be able to get within 50 feet of him. So I've already started saving up bail money since I heard you're going to the Big 10 days. So yeah, we'll get you out in case it goes awry.
Yes, I'm already in pretty bad already, and I haven't even
Vince Watson.
The tables yet.
Vince Watson playing my role. Good job, Vince. Crushing it.
I see that. Yes, thank you very much. Well, okay. Did you guys see tomorrow? Okay, the first thing that's going to happen is, I have to go check in and get my credentials, and then at 1:00 in the afternoon, which to me that's kind of late, but 1:00 in the afternoon, Tony Petitti gets on stage. Did you see that he made a statement? Actually, he wrote a letter to the NCAA about Michigan. What? Seriously? Okay. He said, and I quote, "Michigan has been punished enough." He's writing to Michigan, or writing to the NCAA on Michigan's behalf so that they don't get in trouble anymore.
Oh, no.
I couldn't believe. Well, I thought, okay, there must be something behind this, because remember, the Big Ten is how this all happened. Like, we gave them a suspension. We gave Harbaugh a suspension, and then I started to connect the dots. I'm telling you guys, you think I'm maybe making this up, but I don't think so. Because what a coincidence that then, just a couple hours later, Colin Cowherd says this, that the Big Ten is the best conference. And the only reason that the only way we could be the best conference is if Michigan's championship stands. Right?
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I don't know, full conspiracy theory, but that is pretty odd timing. I'll give you that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, I connected the dots. You're welcome. Anybody else?
Minnie didn't even have like her Charlie Day board like on Sunny in Philadelphia, so I'm very impressed. You're getting there. You're a little more normal now. It's nice.
Thank you.
A little more measured.
It's all up here, you know.
It's the press credential, I think, kind of helps settle you down. So just keep that in mind when you see Dylan. Don't swoon or tackle him, or because you'd be able to tackle him pretty easily because he's not very mobile. But
that's not true. That's not true. Okay, just so you know, I've been given advice. Don't act like a fan when I get to meet, which is going to be difficult, right? When we were at the Lincoln game, Colorado game last season, it was the first time I got to meet John, and so I wanted to take him out to dinner, and Connor Hayden from Corn Crazed and Greg would have been invited if he didn't already make plans, and Haas too. But actually, I should have just taken everybody out to dinner. But the place that we chose to go out to dinner, we're sitting there in this big like round table, and sitting off in the bar area is John Butler. And I'm like, oh my gosh, should I go say something to him? And I'm sitting right next to John, and John goes, "Minnie, this is an unwritten rule. You cannot bother anybody when they're out to eat." I didn't know that. The good thing John was there to tell me, because that's
a good rule. I mean, I've seen famous-ish people out in the world, and just for me, I never want to be that, oh my God, type of person. So John's advice is sound. And yeah, I'm glad you showed some restraint so that
I did.
John Butler could just, have his meat. Where did you guys go eat? I forget.
It was a steakhouse, but I don't remember the name. It
Ah.
wasn't too far from where we actually met you, where I
okay.
met you for the first time.
Yeah.
It was
That
like
might
right
have been
around.
Misty's. Misty's is always, or that's not close though. That's somewhere else.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm sure it was decent. But yeah, John was spot on. So,
I know.
and just like I made sure to not act like a fan when I saw John that first time, I just kind of stood there and watched him for a while creepily, and then went up and introduced myself. And he'd heard my name, and he started ducking behind people because I think he thought I was going to murder him. And then he just said, "Serious question. What's wrong with you?" And I said, "A lot." And that was about our conversation, but it was nice.
I like that. Pitt, I don't care. You can bother the shit out of me. You know you already do. So
Pitt's
have
good
at
at
it.
bothering. Yeah, Pitt's
I
that's
hope you
like
do.
your strong suit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're. But see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like really good at that too. But okay, I'm gonna calm it down. I'm gonna be professional. The advice I was given is just, act professional, act like you belong there. I'm gonna be by myself. So flying solo.
You don't have a handler out there with coaches and players? My goodness. Who greenlit this thing? Was it Greg?
I don't know.
Did he want this to, set this up so something bad would happen and you could talk about it on Thursday? Like, I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, Thursday's the end of Big Ten Media Days.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. So you can go and get your credentials at 8 a.m. Of course, I'm going to be there first thing at 8 a.m. to get credentials, but they don't start speaking until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then one day they go like till 7. And then they have like a drinks thing planned afterwards.
Ooh, stay away from that.
Yeah. Well, I'll probably go at the beginning. I don't stay for any of that stuff. But it'll be fun. I'm so excited. So I want you guys to get your questions together if I have the opportunity to ask, because let me just show you on the first day, tomorrow, after each head coach goes, I think there's 6 head coaches.
It's 6 schools per day. So yeah.
Per day, and they have 15 minutes. So after that, they take a podium, is what they call it. And it's a 45-minute like conversation where you they come across the loudspeakers, I guess, and you can ask questions. This is what it looks like. Oh, let me remove that comment. So tomorrow, Maryland students go after Bill Carolla, and then Nebraska coach starts at 3:15 to 4 o'clock. So that's
I think it's 45 minutes then, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Rutgers and then OSU, and then the student athletes start. And so Dylan has his time at 5 o'clock, but it's only a half hour.
Man. Hopefully get your question in between 5 and 5:30. That's a tight timeline. I mean, just keep it off of his hair products and his shades and his do-rags and his slightly being less fat. And I think he'll probably have
really good
some good stuff for him.
I think he looks really good.
No, I can't imagine.
He does. So Brett Bielema gets to go first.
Oh.
On tomorrow's docket. And let's see here. We have.
Well, they want to get him out of the way because he's got to get to Krispy Kreme when the Hot and Now sign gets on.
I knew you were going to say something like that. So Brett Bielema goes first. I'm going to take this down. And then, and that's, like I said, it's a 15-minute speech, basically. Okay. And I think the Big Ten Media Days is ran different, just slightly different than the other media days, because I noticed in the other media days, you're able to ask questions like right there and then. I don't think you're able to do that because it's 15 minutes from beginning to end from each coach. So they have Brett Bielema first, and then they have Kurt Signetti.
Ooh.
And this has changed, by the way. This whole schedule has changed probably 20 times. I just got it just right before we got on tonight. And so I'm not sure. Maybe it might change again by tomorrow. But then after Kurt, we have Mike Loxley, and then Matt Rule, and Ryan Day. So if there's any questions, those will be the coaches that take the podium where people can ask questions tomorrow, as well as their, they're all able to bring 3 student athletes from the school with them. And this year, Nebraska brings Henry Lutovsky, Deshaun Singleton, and Dylan Raiola.
But also, I heard they're bringing Buford, but he's like doing something like the social media part of it. So he's maybe not going to be up there. Like there's some different, I was reading about it earlier. And then Sipple and Callahan said something about like a different stage where, so like, how do you fall into the question thing? Are you part of the general press? Are you considered social media? Because they'd said something about like a separate stage where they said almost sounded like more like independent creators or people that weren't like CBS, would be asking questions too. So I don't know. I literally caught like 10 minutes of it while I was driving earlier. So I don't know. So I don't know how it'll work for you, but I was just curious about that. But yeah, what's his face? Buford is going to be like the social media guy. So it sounds like he'll be doing like the fun stuff, like behind the scenes and
taking pictures and posting them and sending them to the guys. Well, I actually have, I'm going to be, sharing my album with some people because I'm representing the Voice of College Football. That's who's actually sending me there. But, obviously, I'm very, very interested in what Nebraska has to say. So all of that will definitely be shown here. They have something called Radio Row, okay, where each of these like big stations, like what you're talking about, they can make an appointment with each of the coaches and talk with them.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's what you're kind of referring to.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, that sounds about right. Yeah, like I said, kind of lost in translation, but that's interesting.
But don't worry, you guys, because I'm going to be documenting the whole thing, and I'll tell you everything you want to know. I promise.
Oh, you should do a live from it, and then like do it live, and then you're like doing like the selfie as you're like being chased by security after you got too close to Dylan and tried to clip his hair. I think that'd be something. Not that I'm giving you idea.
Do that to Dylan. I don't want to do that to Dylan.
Oh, Greg's having potty issues.
Anyone else seeing this on YouTube? Where now? What did he say? Where now we're being ranked based on our participation? What? Oh, because we have. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Because we don't play power conferences on our other non-conference games.
Oh.
We're the only ones who don't. We're the only school who doesn't. Do you realize that?
Nah, I mean, I saw some things and they're, by and large, we have the easiest schedule overall in the Big Ten, and including our, non-con. So yeah, it's, you know what, we need it right now. I'm not a fan of that either, but we also don't need to play for the national championship in the first week of the season. So
100%.
Give everybody time to, breathe a little bit and get it together before we get into the meat of the schedule.
I totally agree. I was thinking about that when I read that, and I was like, "Fuck, good on us." I have no problem with that.
Yeah. For now, it's Cincinnati is Big 12.
That's
I
right.
always forget
Cincinnati
that.
is Big
Yeah.
12, but they were ranked at like the bottom of the Big 12.
Mm,
However, we have already talked about this. You can't take that game lightly because they think that they're like pretty wonderful. A lot of people do. So, oh, Greg, well, why don't you come on and tell us what you're talking about? I have no idea. He says,
Greg's keeping score.
no, that's not what I'm talking about. The chat is being ranked based on participation. Right now, Roger is in the lead following. Oh, I know what he's talking about. There's little crowns now.
Oh.
Fred, you would definitely be crowned.
Oh. Yeah, I've been crowned before. It's
But you get crowned
crazy.
based on if you are one of the top chat people.
Mm,
What my
okay.
understanding is.
Yep. I've seen that on another show that I'm a pest on. Yeah, I have a crown over there too. So not
Ooh,
that I'm
he's
cheating on
got
you guys, but
crowns.
yeah. Yeah, I got a crown and a wrench one time, and I don't know what I did to deserve it, but here we go. So yeah, not here, but somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. A wrench, I think, means that you're a moderator on the chat.
Yep.
And so a crown means that you're a top chatter. There you go. You get crowned for all that, guys.
Oh, Pitt's spamming it now, so you can earn a crown if he doesn't have one.
I like it. Okay. Do you really believe that, Brad? By the way, Brad is going to be a guest on next week's show.
Oh, cool.
So he was a student grad assistant, I want to say. So we get to hear all about his time.
Nice.
I can't wait. Yeah.
Or Crown Royal, James Boardman, either or.
He says, everyone plays their best against Nebraska. I'm curious if we adjust scheme at halftime better. I don't think people really necessarily play their best against Nebraska. Do you?
I think they do. I mean, we saw what Indiana did to us. Like, that was like their magnum opus as far as performances last year, until they fought real teams. So I think people still do. It's still a name, even though we haven't done anything. I think people don't overlook us, and they'll, try and put it to us if they can, while they still got us down. So I think so, yeah. Just like we would do the same if we play, a USC, a UCLA, or somebody like that. We're going to go all out.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Nebraska Strong Go Big Red says, that is not true, Brad Wilson. The Zebras usually have their worst game against Nebraska. I 100% agree.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I'm biased, of course, because I'm a Husker fan, but sure feels like there's a lot of times where things just don't go our way. And I don't know. It's got to get over it, got to get over ourselves. And it's, not. And we've been in the Big Ten long enough. I think the initiation is over. Like the first few years, it felt like between scheduling and between just everything. And then Bo being a guy that was just a dick, refs aren't going to be nice to a guy like that. Like, that's just the way the world works,
Right.
So we're a little bit more measured. Rule isn't, he speaks out, he defends the team, he's good, but he does it the right way. He's a communicator, which we haven't had in a long time. So, it's good.
He gathers himself.
He does. He's like a used car salesman and a preacher all at once. It's very weird, but it works. He can do it. Like, I believe in him, and that pains me because I really didn't want to believe in anybody anymore after Frost. So, son of a bitch pulled me back in.
He did. He did that to a lot of us.
Ooh, it's Matt saying
I was already pulled in.
Matt is the myth and the legend. I'm just in his wake and his glow.
Okay, one of these days, you guys, somebody is going to get on here and share a Fred story. I mean, I love it. And Greg knows Fred has become a good friend. We just email each other. We share stories. He shares pictures of his doggies and tells us what's going on. But you guys, Matt and there's another guy, Chuck Day. I want to hear some stories. So I'm going to put the link for this stream in the chat. Feel free to join us if you have a Fred Sacco story.
No.
Again, I had asked Fred if he wants to be part of, Monday Night Therapy and be like my co-host, because he's fantastic. And look at how he shows up with vintage Husker wear. It's inspiring. That's what this should be all about.
Never been called inspiring before, but we will take it. But yeah, we don't need any, like Matt said, they're mostly rated R or beyond. NC-17, I think, is the next one up. But yeah. Oh, Brad Wilson, don't. I'm nobody. It's fine.
Okay, so Sarah Manali. So John, you may know this. John actually suffered a heart attack years ago, right? And his heart stopped and he died. Brain damage because of it. And because of that, he works still has a job. He works in IT, and this ended up getting to be too much for him. YouTube. So he can focus really well on just videos, short videos where there's not a whole lot of interaction, but where with this particular setup, we have a lot of comments coming in. There's a lot of moving parts, and it just doesn't work if you've had brain damage. So he's taken a step back. We'll still see him during the season because he'll make his videos after the game and things like that. But he's focusing on hardcore football and kind of the history of college football, which is really great. So check out that channel.
It's an awesome channel. It's like I don't get to them enough times, but it is so in-depth and so like stuff beyond even my friends and I consider ourselves like football junkies. And then I'll send them videos that he does, and they're like, wow, that's beyond anything that we even knew, like digging deep into the history of a thing. So John, if you're watching, yeah, you've got me and my sicko friends interested in your channel too. So yeah.
Here we
it's
go.
Our fault, kid. It's my fault. It was me. The Frost comments finally got to him. He couldn't take it.
Yeah, John's a character. I love John. Nebraska Strong, Go Big Red says Fred's real name is Eric Crouch. He was pretty good back in the day.
No, gosh, no. I'm not even as fast as Eric Crouch as if I was falling out of an airplane. Crouch is too fast. I'm no.
Wait, okay. In your experience, this is just, and chat can answer too. Who's been our fastest quarterback?
By the numbers, it was Crouch, I believe, because he was like a track star and everything. I mean, I don't know, some other guys might have timed out faster in certain things, but I mean, they always called Crouch keep and cut Crouch, but it was like, I think by the numbers, he was the fastest. I mean, other guys run differently. They have a different gait, bigger strides or whatever, but I think Crouch was probably overall the fastest. Like if you want a straight up 40 time, I could be wrong, but yeah. Team Magic was pretty fast too, Roger. You're right. Yeah, he was kind of a one-trick pony with that, but yeah.
Haas is in the house. Look at that.
Oh, Haas. Well, Haas
Crouch is still a step faster than Team Magic. There you go.
Mickey Joseph. Not really.
From the horse's mouth. But I do like this. I've been watching some old Husker videos. Well, you sent me one, which is fantastic. I love it. Literally, I had goosebumps the whole time. And it's like an hour and a half long video.
Oh, the news, the local news recap of the Fiesta Bowl, yeah, with the Bon Jovi at the end, which was very weird because that was like 1996, and it was a Bon Jovi song from like the 80s, but our local news thought that worked, and it actually was pretty sweet. But yeah.
It's fantastic. And then my mind just went blank. I don't know why.
Talking old videos you'd watched.
I was talking about our Tommy Frazier and one of his runs where he literally, there's like 5 guys that try and tackle him, and he just keeps running. He doesn't stop. These days it seems like people just stop. Once somebody starts to try to tackle you, you just I see them just kind of stop. I don't see very many people break tackles from one guy, let alone like 5, right?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, Frazier's run was awesome, but it was also everybody was trying to strip the ball. They weren't trying to lay him out, but still, it was.
Yeah.
They called it the run for a reason, and it's different now. There's not as much tackling. There's not as much practice. There's limitations on what people can do, and I mean, some guys will still run through people and smash people, but it's like, yeah, it's a different game.
We have somebody who wants to join us, and I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name, so you're going to have to pronounce it for us when you get on the screen. So here we go. Welcome.
Hi, hello. Where are you from?
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you from?
Oh.
Where are you from, ma'am?
I think you have the wrong number.
Yeah, I think.
Where are you from? I'm speaking. I'm speaking English. Where are you from?
Okay.
Hello.
Can we get a Go Big Red?
Where are you from?
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, respond.
Well, there we go. That's what we get for asking people to join us.
I think that was probably just Greg. I think just trying to test our mettle.
That could be. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things that's been taking place this past weekend is Dylan Raiola has been busy. Did you know that?
No. Tell us more.
I'll be happy to. So Dylan Raiola put together a camp, a football camp for kids, right? 1,300 kids showed up.
Wow.
From across Nebraska. And he opened it up to kids of all ages and different stages in learning. Like some of them didn't even know anything about football. And he wanted to just, put together a camp and give back to kids. So it ended up being at Lincoln plus X High School.
Oh, Lincoln Pius the 10th. Yeah. It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're fine. It's okay.
And then he did 2 sessions, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. They taught tackling drills, agility work, catching passes, and they even put together a scrimmage.
Wow.
How can I become a kid in Nebraska? I would love to go to this camp.
Well, it's honestly, it kind of looks like Anakin before he took out all the younglings, but maybe that's not it. But no, that's awesome. That's cool. I mean, stuff like that, it builds new fans. Like these people will grow up remembering they were there and they got to meet this guy and hopefully has a phenomenal career. And, someday some of these kids, as I'm circling them with my mouse, will, be future Huskers. That'd be pretty sweet.
I do love it. I think it's fantastic. Here's another picture of him there with the kids. And one of his quotes that he said was, "It means the world to me. This is kind of surreal to have this moment with these kids." I just admire that. I think it's really wonderful to ever want to give back in any way. So
yeah, Kaylee's got it. He recruits so hard, he's thinking decades into the future. That's true.
Speaking of which, you know who else was there with them?
Uh-oh, look out. Dayton. We got another Raiola. What? Look, he's wearing his Husker gear. He's talking about the ins and outs of football. Dayton looks like he should be running like a deli on the show The Bear or something. He just looks a little haggard for his age, but that's cool. Maybe he'll be the tougher of the two Raiolas, but yeah, that's cool.
I love it. I can't wait till Dayton gets here. He's tall, he's thin. He just needs to have a good year in high school.
What is he now? Is he finally a senior? Or is he
Yeah.
still like an 8th grader and we're just waiting for him?
I know, right?
I forget, because it seems like we're talking about him since
Well,
since COVID. So yeah.
that's true. We offered him way back when, and he knew all along. He knew he wanted to be a Husker. You gotta give him credit. He knew what he wanted to do.
James Boardman's talking about Dylan's coaching too, so that's pretty on brand. Yeah.
That one?
Yeah.
How to slide 2 yards? Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, they're kids. They don't want to get hurt. Even that one kid's wearing, like, literally, he's wearing the goggles just like Dylan wears. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Good.
That's what they wear.
Yeah, it's the Macho Man goggles from back, like, in the 80s, and they came back again. Yeah.
Everything is new now.
Yeah. Or society stopped in like 1999 and nothing ever changed from that point on. Look at it that way. Ooh, there's your conspiracy theory.
Siraj says, all I really want to see this season is beat Iowa by 30 points. You may get your wish,
I agree,
Siraj. Because the offensive coordinator that we now have has been known to score 30-plus points per game.
A lot of people are kind of down on Iowa as far as what they might potentially do. I don't know if it was the Phil Steele or somebody had them at like 5-7, and just because they've lost a lot of people and they don't really do nil. So yeah.
Well, Husker Chuck says on paper, Iowa is our 4th toughest opponent. They have a lot of their quarterback, number one, is from the FCS, South Dakota State. And he had an injury right off the bat. So I guess he's ready to go, they say. But yeah.
They never have a quarterback that's ever any good, though. It's just like they just have some guy. Like, it's kind of like Wisconsin. Like, really, other than Russell Wilson, who I never liked the guy. Other than him, they never had a quarterback that was like could do anything of note. And to me, I would say this just way to me, it was a typical tall, white, stiff, just Ichabod Crane running around out there for Wisconsin since forever. And they were just game managers, and that's what Iowa does too. And it just amazes me that they've had the success they have, but they got the great defense, Phil Parker and all that on, D. So there's that, like Tony said.
Yep. But I agree. Iowa has definitely taken a step back.
Roger Moore's right. Playing Iowa were our worst opponent. Yes. That's, painful.
Do you think it's because it's so late in the season and we're so banged up usually?
I just think that we Nebraska, the way we've been for over a decade, we are tailor-made for Iowa, because Iowa just waits. They're like a boa constrictor. They sit there and wait, and they eventually choke you out. And that's what we do. We do what Nebraska has done, is make the mistake at the right moment. Literally, the last 2 years were basically the same game. It was painful, and so that's all it is. It's so I think, to me, we got to get way ahead and choke them out, kind of do the reverse.
Well, I agree. But that's at the end of the season, you guys, okay? Iowa isn't going on in Big Ten Media Days until the 3rd day. So Thursday, it's Iowa. Then it is UCLA. And I think somebody said, ask Deshaun Foster if he knows where UCLA actually is. Who said that?
Yeah, it popped up earlier. Yeah,
I hope he has more to say than just like that. remember last year when he went up and all he said is, okay, yep, I'm new here. I'm the coach. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm probably saying it even more, like adding more words than he added. Any questions? That was literally his entire speech.
It was, some people dumped on it, and I didn't think it was great. But to me, honestly, it was slightly refreshing because he was just like, to me, a guy that talks like that isn't into all the theatrics of a media day, you know?
Okay.
So it's like he's just concerned about his team. So I had a touch of respect for it, for the fact that he's just like, okay, let's just do this thing, you know, light this candle, get done. So yeah, to me, it's yeah, it seemed like silly.
Fred.
Yeah.
Fred, I respect your opinion, like 99.9% of the time, even if it goes into the dirty area. Okay. But this is no, you are paid too much money to just show up and just say something like that.
That's true, but also it shows the care that that athletic department puts into the football program. They don't care that the guy goes up there and says 6 words, you know.
Stupid.
Whereas, and the care, you know, and whereas with us, we care, Rule cares, and he goes up there and, you know, gives actual speech and comes across like a well-spoken adult. So there's that too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so Deshaun Foster goes on third. Did I say third already?
Yes.
Okay. In Michigan, and Michigan State, Purdue, and USC are the last day. Now, here's the interesting thing. Here's, you know, because like I always remind you guys, I don't know why I need to remind you, but I've only been a fan for 10 years. So my history, my knowledge only goes back a certain amount. Like you guys can tell me all the stories, I can watch all the games, but it's not like I lived through it and experienced it. But this I did experience. When Ernest Hausman ended up transferring to Michigan, and I felt like it was done dirty. He's a Nebraska kid, and the lure of Michigan brought him. I mean, I hate that happened, and he's going to be at the Big Ten Media Days.
Oh. You gonna slash his tires?
I don't know.
Throw salt in his eyes like a bad wrestler back in the old WWF. Just hit him.
I've heard other players.
He's still around. I thought he would be done by now. I feel like I've heard this name since forever. Huh.
I've heard other players refer to him as Ernie, like Chancellor Brewington. Yeah, Ernie's my boy, you know, like, and I'm like, but he left us. Just up and left us. He's supposed to be a big deal.
It's a different era now. It's been like this for a long time. There's no more, I'd say there's no more loyalty or no more team identity, but it's different. Everybody's connected on social media now. Everybody's friends off, you know, online, outside of the lines. And it's, I think it was Stoops had said something like that too. He goes, it's hard to have rivalries anymore because even down to the high school level now, the crosstown rivalries, they'll hang out. They're all friends on whatever. And it's like, there's just no, and this sounds bad, but whatever, but it's like, there's no actual hatred. Like, not like hate, like you want them to die, but like hatred of, you just can't stand those people on that other team. And then he goes away and he's like, oh, he's still my buddy. And it's like, yeah, they don't, it's different now.
Yeah, Vince, we know he left during a coaching change to a team that won a national.
I mean, there's that too.
No.
You know.
Okay, fine. Fine. I still feel like there's just a bad taste in my mouth about that particular situation. Something is not right. And I don't think that
something's rotten in Denmark, isn't it, Minnie? That's the case. It's an old-timey saying you probably don't know. Anyways, continue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, that I don't know how much time we're actually going to get to talk with Michigan's student athletes yet. If you have any questions you want for me to ask, please let me know.
Chat, throw those in because Minnie needs a list. And she'll make a list because she's very detailed. Greg can attest to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So you guys aren't really helping me much tonight. Wednesday, we have my favorite, your favorite. Sorry, Tony, this is not my favorite. Minnesota first. PJ Fleck. And then Northwestern and Wisconsin. This should be an interesting day because Wednesday's the day that they have the media, like after hours drinks and bites to eat. And then Oregon and Washington, and then Penn State is last.
So for Minnesota, I mean, Tony probably won't like this, but you should really see if like they have a nil deal for Fleck and like Armorall for his head, because it's like he looks like an Emmy. So
or should I ask
him that?
Should I ask
I'll ask him about rowing and all the whatever and high water pants? Yeah,
I'll ask him to say the P word.
There you go.
P-O-I-S-E. That's his word. Yeah, maybe he has a deal with capri pants. No, but really,
I would ask Fickle what his deal was with Raiola last year after the game. Why he tried to send state troopers after him. Ask him about that.
Good question.
There you go.
I'll have to remember.
Write it down, Minnie. Write it down.
Okay. I will. What happened there at the end of the game at Nebraska where Coach Raiola said something to you and then you sent some state troopers after him?
Yeah.
Can you let me know what happened? Inquiring minds want to know.
Exactly. Yeah. It seems kind of cowardly because Fickle's supposed to be a wrestler, and usually a wrestler wouldn't have security go after somebody that he didn't like. So kind of makes me question his manhood in general. But they're going to suffer this year. Wisconsin is, because they have the worst, like the toughest schedule, like by far. Like they're going to get pummeled. And some people say even if they could get 6 wins, that's a good season. So yeah, let's hope for their demise and he gets fired and destabilize them some more.
Yes. Destabilize them some more.
Oh yeah, Brad's on it. Yeah. Toughest schedule, mindset for success.
Yep, there you go. Thank you, Brad, for that. Okay, you guys. So we play Michigan State. We play Maryland, Penn State, Iowa. Any questions?
Saw a few things that said that people were saying that Michigan State would beat us, which just kind of floored me a little bit because I just thought they weren't that great. They had a bad year last year, but I guess they got a good quarterback and a wide receiver, and they got a couple guys coming back. But that was a bit of a surprise because I thought Michigan State would be a game that I still think we should beat them, but
I think you're right.
A lot of other people outside of us think that they will beat us. That was slightly interesting in some of the little bit of research I did for 5 minutes today when I Googled some stuff. So yeah,
they have a lot of the same situations as we do. They're dealing with a lot of newness. However, our newness, and I just had a conversation about this last night. You guys realize when Tony White left, we knew he was leaving, right? it's just they couldn't let the cat out of the bag. But they did tell us, Tony White told us that he interviewed or had a conversation with John Butler while he was on vacation on the East Coast. John Butler came down and they had a conversation. Tony White calls Matt Rule and says, this is the dude. And I know at that time I said it and you guys were probably rolling your eyes, but I said, the dude means he's going to be the next guy, right? And sure enough, he is the defensive coordinator. He had the entire year to learn our process. He knows how to coach. So the fact that we have John Butler as our defensive coordinator now doesn't necessarily mean we have a new defensive coordinator. It's the same system. He was in it for a year. We literally cherry picked him to be the guy.
No, it's true. And and he was set because White was not going to be here forever anyway. He was going to go somewhere else. Mm-hmm. And so even when we got Butler, it was like he's probably just going to take over if somebody poached White, and that's what happened, So it's like wasn't a huge surprise, and there was speculation maybe Rule wanted somebody else. But I think we're fine who we got. He did great with the Bills. He's fine, and he can, craft that 3-3-5 NFL experience. It'll be fine. I don't think there'll be any drop off coaching wise on defense. I don't think so either. Like my biggest thing is the D line. Like we got Williams Nwaneri and we got the East Tennessee kid and all that, but it's not a video game. You can't just kind of plug and play, and it's always going to be like throw these people in and they replace Robinson and Nash. It's like maybe they will, maybe they won't. Hopefully they do, but it's like I don't have any questions or concerns though about the coaching of the defense with Butler. I think it'll be fine,
But you do realize Cam Lenhart and Elijah Judy they both took a ton of snaps. They have been for years. Yeah. It's not like a new defensive line. It's just Ty Robinson and Nash Hutmacher were the starters.
Anchors though, they were big deals. So it's like hopefully everybody gels and it all works. But also I think Butler can scheme around it, with backers and other things and change it up. So I have no concerns about the coaching either. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Me too. I mean, we have some magnificent coaches, I have to say. Between John Butler, again, coming up, knowing the system. He has Phil Snow as his right-hand man. Then getting Mike Eckler for special teams, one of the best special teams coaches there is. And then getting Dana Holgerson, who's an offensive genius. I think, but okay, so we were talking about Michigan State. Michigan State has very similar things, but it's not exactly.
Yeah.
People want to compare, but it's not exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super concerned about them. It's in Lincoln, so that helps. Yeah, that's not one that I'm concerned about every game. I'm not Greg. I don't think we're going 15-0 every year, but it's like I also, just looking at what people have, I feel okay about that game. Sorry, Tony Washington, but I think we'll beat Minnesota too. Like they're going to have a redshirt freshman quarterback. They're losing some people. Everybody's losing. You got to get used to your new people, but I can't see us losing to Minnesota this time around. And yeah, so I think we could have a pretty good year. Good for us, good for what we've had, comparatively speaking.
Do you realize, I forgot to mention this earlier, Dylan Raiola, in his time off, do you know who went with him to this camp, who did this camp with him? Dane Key, Ja'Cory Barney Jr., and offensive linemen.
Oh.
The guys that he needs, like, the closest relationship with. Oh, and Emmett Johnson. We're all involved in this. So nice. I think, short of like sleeping together, these guys are together all the time. Okay.
Sleeping together,
they
yes.
they just live, eat, sleep, breathe football together. So, and I think it's going to pay off this season.
Well, that helps when you have the teamwork, the working together, all that stuff. It's better than the plug. Everybody thinks plug and play with the nil, and you buy people and you push them in, and it's going to be a great team. And that's not always the case. But if he's got his guys and they're going to the camp and doing the thing all together, that should, in theory, help with on the field results. So I'm good with that too.
Okay. Well, there's a couple comments. I get bogged up on comments, so I'm sorry if I'm not taking them in a timely manner. Nebraska Strong said, Fred and Minnie, I respect both of you, but I absolutely disagree with you. Just because you keep the same defensive scheme does not mean that the D will play the same way with a different coach.
And that's true, and that's fair. I mean, people are different types of motivators and whatnot. It seemed like White was a great motivator, the way we'd see clips of him and all that, but at least it's still familiar. And somebody else had said it's a suggestion. We could easily slip to a 4-3 the way it works,
Right.
with Butler. But again, he's got NFL experience, so he can move people around, figure it out. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a 1-to-1. They're different guys. White's different than Butler, but
yes,
overall, I at least it's not a wholesale change, and we got some new dude,
correct,
and he's going to run the 3-4, and or a 5-2 or something odd, and then we got to adjust to that. So it's like at least it's the same. It doesn't mean it'll be a 1-to-1 exactly perfect, but it's still better than a wholesale change and starting over, because that's been the biggest problem we've had for the last several years. New coaches, new schemes, it's killed us. So at least we have some consistency finally for once.
We do have consistency, and Tony says Nebraska's D-line is the biggest question. I don't agree.
Oh.
So take that, Tony. Only because we have tried and true guys that are there on the defensive line. We have Deshaun McAuliffe from Oklahoma, who could play, up on the line as well. That guy, you hear him in his press conference. He only has given one, and he just wants to be that guy that makes those plays. It's his opportunity. A lot of these guys coming their senior year, they know this is their one chance. They're not going to get another. So I'm really excited but we have tried and true on the defensive line. Cam Lenhart is a beast. I love him.
He's good. I think just the overall size is what we'll kind of miss, because Robinson was huge. Yeah. Nash was huge. They could plug things up, but make plays. But they'd plug things up, and the other guys could make plays around them. So if people are a little bit smaller, now I know everybody's weights and height and all that, but I'm just thinking if we're a little bit thin as far as the nose tackle and that type of thing, it could get a little dicey sometimes at the run game, but we'll see. It's not that they're unproven. Lenhart's been around seemingly forever, at least all the rules run. So it's like we got him, we got guys, and Judy and all the rest. But it's like, I don't know. I just hate losing anchors like we had, like those two guys in the middle that were just the guys, And Van Poppel, I forget about Van Poppel. TSD just mentioned him too. So, yeah.
He's been taking snaps all along. That's what I'm saying. Our defensive line has been getting the experience. They've been taking snaps. They're rotating. They were rotating our defensive line like every other play, it felt like. I want to say Roger Moore says field goal kicker, the biggest question. I mean, we don't know, right? Should not be.
No.
Should not be.
No, it shouldn't be. All that should, in theory, be locked down. But I believe in Eckler, but you don't know what a kicker is going to do. That's kind of the thing. And they have an issue or they have an injury or they get something in their head or they just start missing and they get the yips. It's like you're just saying. Husker Chuck said talking about offensive tackles, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like my thing. It's like I'm still worried about the offensive line. D-line, I mean, yeah, we got overall, I feel better about the D-line, the O-line, just because, O-line is, I know, we got Spindler, we got the VD guy and all that, but it's like, I just, I don't know. Got to prove it. Got to see something out of them for once.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how would you feel? I'm just asking. I mean, we've already gone over an hour. How would you feel if, okay, we go into the Michigan game 3-0? Would that give you confidence that we could do this?
You know what? It actually kind of would. I did a little more research on Michigan. They'll be starting a younger guy at quarterback too. Mm-hmm. They still got good lines on both sides of the ball, but it's not the, Rocco Stallions Michigan team that's going to, hack everybody and steal their playbook. Harbaugh the cheater and all that. So it's like, it's a little bit more doable than I thought, but it's still Michigan. They still have better depth, I think, and just overall, the scheme is in place, but it's not, I'm not going to mark it down as an automatic loss like I was doing, weeks prior. So
yeah,
people are slowly wearing me down and making me believe, and I don't really care for it. So yeah.
We're slowly wearing him down.
Yeah. Quit it, people. Pritchett, James Boardman. Yes.
Well, and Husker Chuck says, I will be watching the Oklahoma-Michigan game with interest.
Yeah, me too. That is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm curious how that'll work. Oof.
I am too.
Mitch Rapp thinks we're going to lose by 21. Wouldn't surprise me. It's possible. You never know.
What? Really?
He's probably not a Husker fan, just my guess.
I don't think he is either, but Mitch, you care to make a wager on that? I am in Las Vegas.
I do agree with Brad Wilson. You got to be 3-0 with dominance, not you stumble through those first three and, kind of slop around.
No, definitely. Definitely. And hopefully we come out of those 3 games healthy. Quite frankly, the only question I have on our entire team, the only question is running back depth, because we don't have anything to go off of with where the running backs are concerned. So I don't even know that situation. But other than that, I feel very, very confident about everything else.
Yeah, we do. We have good depth at receiver, even though some of them are new. O-line, again, my biggest problem, my question. Secondary is good. We've got a lot of different pieces for linebackers that they can shift around. D-line, new people. I mean, it's easy to say that it'll be good because we're focused on us, but we don't know what the other teams have. Like, I looked at different teams. Some have, 8 starters coming back from last year. Some have 10 to 13, that type of thing. And it's like, you get a little bit of that. You get a little bit of what you got for your portal people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm slightly a little bit of digging I did just looking at our conference opponents. I don't feel as bad as I did probably a couple weeks ago. We might be able to get a couple more wins in there than I was thinking at first. I mean, there's some that are Penn State's a loss. Like that ain't happening.
Come on now, really?
It's there. They'll probably do a whiteout game.
Let's not.
I'm just saying, there's some that we gotta be realistic, Minnie.
Okay. Can I let you in on a little secret?
Oh, okay.
Just this past week, I was looking at, okay, if I wanted to go to the Penn State game, because we could potentially win all the games up to that point, right? If I wanted to go to the Penn State game, how difficult would that be? It's freaking difficult to get there. You have to fly into Pittsburgh, then take an hour and a half drive to the stadium. It's not just an easy thing, kind of like Lincoln.
Yeah, State College is a mess. Like I've heard it's a problem to get. I had a chance to go to the game years and years ago out there, and the logistics just I tapped out because I was like, I'm not doing all that. It's not. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing, James. Yeah, a lot to
Yes,
it.
Mark, Penn State has already scheduled Oregon as its whiteout game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, they don't even need to do a whiteout for us. That's disrespect. Get them, Minnie. Ask them about that with your credential.
What do you want me to ask?
Ask them why they didn't have us as the whiteout game.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, 70 child's been to a Penn State.
I mean, do you think I might get laughed at?
Probably, but do it. Take one for the team.
Can we just like make these questions so I don't get laughed at? 1970s child says he's been there to the Penn State games. I would love to go. That would be a good game.
It'd be an experience to get out there just once. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Trinidad. He goes, yeah, do it, Minnie. I will try. I have it on my watch list on Expedia.com. And okay, so we're going to go through some of these highlighted. Minnie, okay, somebody said, Tony says, Minnie do a live stream with Joel Klatt. Okay.
Yeah.
I have met Joel Klatt before. He's actually a really nice guy. Very like personable, easy to approach. So maybe.
For a Colorado person, he seems pretty decent. The little bit that I've seen of him, yeah, he's all right.
Should I remind him of the time that Adam Carricker just like slammed? Like, remember?
Yeah, lead with that when you talk. I think that would be the best. Yes.
Okay, and then Tony. Oh, I read that one already, and then Siraj says, I agree. He was poached with a big, what is it? Offer.
Big money offer. Yeah.
Yep. That's what they did. Those Michiganders.
Oh, yeah.
They poached Ernest Hausman. Maybe I'll just ask him, like whisper in his ear, tell me how much they gave you.
If you whisper it to him like that, that's a little bit creepy, and he might actually ask for help or security. So
okay,
I'm going to change it up. The way the delivery.
Professionalism. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Lead with serious question, like that'll help.
I will do that. And then Mark says, the voice of college football. Minnie, have fun at Big Ten Media Days. See you on Tuesday. See you then. I can't wait. Hopefully, I'll have lots of good information. And then Pit Snipe says, damn it, I have diminishing capabilities between my ears. We all do. It's Michigan, USC, Penn State. Nobody else matters this year. They're fodder. Yeah, those. I mean, I don't even know about USC, to be honest. I know there's a lot of people who love USC, Mark being one of them.
They always have good athletes. They always have good, their coach is a douchebag, but it's like I don't know. They'll be tough. The quarterback's decent. It seems like they always have splash player type people. So got to take them seriously. I don't like them, but
Nico Automanelli is gonna. What is his last name? I'm Oliva
for UCLA. Yeah.
I'm Oliva. He's going to be there for the UCLA guys.
Oh, good.
That should be interesting.
Ask him what it's like to take a pay cut because his family and his handlers are just stupid and greedy. Like he was in a better situation overall and would have had decent money at Tennessee. And then I can't remember the breakdown, but he lost a chunk by going to UCLA, after all the grandstanding. So it's like, dude, what do you, it just, and then they flip quarterbacks. It's like, then the other team is, such a weird dynamic.
Okay. Help me out with this, Fred, please.
Iamalieva. Yeah. Yeah, I just call him Nico. Much easier. Yeah, just Nico.
I think it must be Polynesian. Sounds like it.
You should know the whole thing then. I mean, gosh, it's part of the, bloodline for you. So
I'm the Polynesian stalker.
yeah, tell him to straighten up or you'll stalk him back to Tennessee.
There you go.
UCLA.
Well, I don't know if we had anything else. Thank you guys for all of your comments and questions. I will do my best to get those answered. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Fred?
Got nothing. It was fun as usual and a lot of good chat going on and a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, I was happy to be here and good luck tomorrow. Make us proud. So yeah.
I will. You guys know I'm Husker through and through. I'm also the voice of college football. So I have 2 red outfits to wear. Oh. I brought outfits. I should have probably brought them out for you guys to choose because I don't want to just wear only red. But, I have to look the part. So
you have to. Yeah, you got to wear red.
When I pull out my
judge, because Pitt would turn it into a whole show, and yeah, it'll be. You don't need that. So. Feel like an 80s fashion montage in those movies back in the day.
Yes, like that. Have the mannequin just like scrolling behind me. When I pull out my laptop, it's pretty obvious who I'm a fan of because it's all bright red. My cover's all bright red, and there's this big white N on it. So
nice. No Dylan yet. I figured it'd be like Dylan and
maybe
Macho Man shades and
too. I'm going to have him find as much
onion rings and whole thing for Dylan. So yeah.
All right. James Boardman says, "Are you betting on 15 on the roulette wheel?" Absolutely. Because this particular Big Ten Media Days is at the Mandalay Bay. So I will definitely be betting on roulette, red something, and if 15 is the number there, then I will bet 15. Maybe it'll pay for my expensive, car repairs.
Manifest it, Minnie. You're doing it. It's happening.
Yeah.
You'll win. You win your 15 on Dylan and hopefully not get taken away from getting too close to him and asking good questions. Yeah. It's exciting. It's cool. You get to go. It's very nice.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I will do you all proud. You will definitely be seeing a lot more of me the next couple of days. Pictures, maybe some videos, maybe some live streams. Definitely, if you are not subscribed, please go subscribe to the Voice of College Football. Mark does a wonderful job over there. He's like a walking encyclopedia of college football. And yeah, I'm representing them at the Big Ten Media Days, but also all of you. So thanks for tonight, and I hope everyone has a great week. Thank you, Fred, for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, everybody. Great show. A lot of fun.
And go Big Red.